Individual health insurance policy general provision. By now, you should be able to list the different types of health insurance policy and their defining characteristics. Health insurance policy may include provision, includes, and riders that can have a significant effort on their terms and benefits. Some provisions are mandatory, while others are optional. This section will discuss different policy provision and riders available in health insurance. In addition, this section will examine the option. In addition, this section will canceling and or renew. In addition, this section will examine the options available to insurance company and insured for canceling or renewing coverage. Part of your duty as a producer is to be able to explain the different policy provisions and riders to your clients. The knowledge that you will share with prospective customers will help them make informed decisions about their health insurance policies. Terms to know: cancellation. Terms of an enforced insurance policy by either the insured or insurer prior to the expiration date shown in the policy. Cancellation, termination of an enforced insurance policy by either the insured or the insurer prior to the expiration date shown in the policy. Claim, a request filed with an insurance company asking for the payment according to the terms of an insurance policy. Expense incurred basis. Policy pays health policy benefits as reimbursement of actual expenses. Guaranteed renewable. A policy that is written on a non-cancelable basis with the right to renew guaranteed. Irrevocable beneficiary. A beneficiary who has a vested interest in a policy and therefore the policy owner may not exercise certain rights without the consent of the beneficiary. Lapse. Policy termination due to the non-payment of premium. Provision. A legal clause in an insurance contract spelling out mandatory or optional duties and rights of the insured and the insurer. Reimbursement. Returning an lapsed policy to active status. Status, a form written law enacted by legislature. Insurance status can be found in the state insurance code. A. Required provisions. The Uniform Individual Accident and Sickness Policy Provision Law which is which was developed by the National Association of Insurance Commissions, has been adopted in all states. This law establishing standard provisions that are not to be included in all individual health insurance policies. Although the wording may differ from one insurer to another, the basic provisions are the same. Some of these provisions are similar to life insurance policy provisions. The purpose of these provisions is to define the rights and duties of both insurer and the policyholder. Any of the provision may be rewarded by the insurer, so long as modification does not make the provision less favorable to the policyholder or beneficiary. A1. Entire contract changes. The entire contract provision states that the health insurance policy, together with a copy of the signed application and attached riders and amendments, constitutes the entire contract. No change may be made to the policy without the express written agreement of both parties, and any change may also be made a part of contract. Only an exclusive officer of the company, not an agent, has authority to make any changes to the policy. A2. Time limit on certain defenses. The time limit on certain defenses provision is similar to the incontestability provision found in life insurance policy. No statement or misstatement except made in the application at the time of issue will be used to deny a claim after the policy has been enforced for 2 years. If the insurer discovers that the applicant has committed fraud, they may deny a claim anytime the policy is in force, even after the first 2 years. A claim for loss incurred or disability commencing after 2 years from the date of policy issue may not be reduced or denied on the ground that a disease or physical condition not specifically excluded from coverage had existed prior to the effective date of coverage of this policy. A3. Grace period. The grace period is the period of time after the premium due date in which premiums may still be paid before the policy lapses for non-payment of the premium. Although the grace period may be different according to the individual state's law, in most cases, the grace period cannot be less than 7 days for weekly premium policy, 10 days for monthly premium policies, and 31 days for all other modes. Coverage will continue in force during the grace period. A4. Reinstatement. If the premium has not been paid by the end of the policy's grace period, the policy will lapse, terminate. The provision stipulates under what conditions the insured may reinstate coverage. Reinstatement is automatic if the company or an an authorized representative accepts the policy premium and does not require a reinstatement application. However, if reinstatement policy, if a reinstatement application is required and a conditional receipt is issued for the payment of the policy premium, the company may approve to disapprove the reinstatement applications. Coverage is automatically reinstated if not refused within 45 days from the date the conditional receipt was issued. Accidents will be covered immediately following the reinstatement. However, sickness is covered only after 10 days. This helps to protect the insurer from adverse selection. B. Other provisions. In addition to the mandatory provision discussed above, the insurance company has the option of including any of the following option provisions. The insurance company may change the wording of the optional policy provision as long as the rewarding is not less favorable to the policyholder. B1. Unpaid premium. Upon payment of a claim, any past due premium will be deducted from the claim and the policyholder will be paid the net amount. B2. Other benefit. If the insured has two or more policies from different companies that provide benefits on an expenses incurred basis, and the policy covered